Hello guys, how we doing today? It's Tuesday around noon, and we're finally getting some nice weather. It's been rainy and windy. It's still windy, as you can probably see in the background. So if you hear a bunch of wind, I apologize for that, but I'd rather be out here. Today I want to do a video on crime here in the Philippines and is it safe? A little bit of a background story. When I first talked about coming over here, there was two things that people hit me with when I told my family and my friends. Number one, if you're meeting a girl, she's taking you for your money, and I know we discussed this before. And number two, are you sure? Is it safe over there? And that's what you're gonna hear. I guarantee it. If you haven't been over here before, you're gonna hear that. And so I'm pretty adventurous. I'm not one to be scared about what people say and what they talk about. I like to live life through my experience. And you know, I've made 14 trips here before moving here full time, and not once did I have a bad experience. I never felt unsafe. And you know, I spent time in Manila. I spent time in some areas where, you know, it could have been gone the other way. But I haven't had the issue. So I decided to do some background and look up some crime stats here in the Philippines and comparing it to America. To give you guys a reference, to let you know that, you know, it's up to you. It depends on where you go. But to try to make you feel a little bit better about things over here when it comes to safety. Let's start out. Now, I understand the population, it's 3 times more people in America, so I tried to break it down per capita to make it, you know, somewhat comparable. But there's 117 million people here in the Philippines, and what is it, 384 million. As I guess this was, last year, 2024. So there's quite a bit of difference in population. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there because I know people are going to say, well, you can't compare, there's many more people, blah, 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 and I understand that. Okay, homicides. Homicides here in the Philippines, they're very rare compared to in America. There's not a lot of homicides. It's actually 1 in 100,000 people is killed by homicide. In America, it's 5.7 people per 100,000 people. So, you know, it's almost 5%, 5 more, 5 more people more per 100. That's quite a difference, okay? So, as far as homicides go, you're gonna feel safe. You're not gonna get shot the minute you walk out of your house here. And a couple of instances lately in America, there was a woman burned alive on a train in Chicago. I mean, the woman sitting there minding her own business. Apparently this guy comes up, doused her with gas and lit her on fire. I'm sure you probably saw that. It's all over the news in America. I mean, just minding her own business. And the guy had 72 prior arrests. So, you know, the issue in America, from what I can see, is they don't enforce the law. They just don't. And speaking of enforcing the law, my wife, her nephew, she's got 2 nephews and 1 niece that are actually police officers here. One of them's a drug officer. He tracks down drugs and things like that. And I've had some conversations with him. And he's told me, you know, it depends on where you go. I mean, he knows, obviously, he tells me the hot spots, where to stay away from, you know, but it's very minimal. There's 2 places here in Dumaguete. If you go after dark, it could get sketchy. So he let me, you know, he just gave me the lowdown on where to go and what to do. We had a pretty good conversation. And actually, sometime in the future, I hope to interview him so I can get him on camera to make people feel a little better about being over here. Okay, violent crimes, they consist of homicide, assault, robbery, and rape. there was 30. This was, by the way, these numbers are year ended 2023, and there was 30,000 people in the year 2023 that got convicted of those crimes, and the majority of them were in Manila. Manila is, depending on where you go, it can get really sketchy. So you kind of want to be careful going to Manila. I don't go there unless I absolutely have to. We go there to see our family on occasion. So, be careful. But 30,000 people when you get a population of 117 million, that's very minimal. And in the U.S. it was, oh gosh, what did I put down here? In the U.S. it was over 3 million people in 2023 throughout the country. So there's a huge difference. Granted, most of that's in the city. You don't want to be running around the cities of New York, Chicago, places like that after dark. And it's the same deal. There's certain areas you just don't go. Okay, let's talk about property crime. Property crime over here consists of burglary, theft, and auto theft. In the Philippines, it's about 200 per 100,000 people, okay, that they go after your property in burglary. And a lot of those people that they go after are tourists, okay? They'll hit the tourist resorts because they know the tourists are just here having a good time. They don't pay attention to what's going on around them. They don't pay attention to their belongings. In the U.S., it's 1,900 per 100,000. So it's what, over 9 times higher in the U.S. And granted, the population is a factor. I want to stress that. But, 200 per 100,000 is pretty good over the course of the whole country here. One thing about here, Dumaguete is the safest city in the Philippines, according to the survey they took. And in the U.S., I couldn't believe this. I looked it up. It's actually Warwick, Rhode Island. I was surprised at that. So just give you, some food for thought there. Okay, the big thing in the Philippines, it used to be really bad, is drugs, okay? And it's mostly marijuana and meth. Meth is the big one. It's not fentanyl. It's not as bad now as it used to be. Duterte, when he was in office, he had a big crackdown on the drug lords, and he arrested and put a bunch of people actually to death. He had a no-nonsense drug policy. But there was a 12% drop. They had 107,000 overdoses, which for 117 million people, that's very minimal. It's kind of deceiving in America because marijuana is legalized everywhere, so it's not counted. Most of their drug problems in America are fentanyl now, and they're trying to crack down on that. I didn't get the overdose numbers, but they were really high. Let's see, the arrests in America are 367 per 100,000 people. So that's pretty high. You're talking 384 million. That's a lot of people being arrested. Like I said, Duterte had that war on drugs when he was president. Now, they're not as strict now in the Marcos administration. But there again, be careful where you go. Make friends with people, like I've said before, and talk to the law enforcement officials. The arrests were the highest during Duterte, the highest being 193,000 people, and it dropped all the way down to 50,000 people. So they got a handle on drugs over here. I don't see it at all anywhere I go. They may be smoking marijuana, but you don't see them out. There's no crackheads out there in the middle of the street, passed out. setting up cracked dome tents and things like that. It doesn't happen here. It may happen in some places in Manila, I'm not sure. But as far as anywhere else I've been, it's not even visible. So I just wanted to do this video to give you some type of insight as to what it could be like over here. Don't get yourself too worked up. Just be careful with your surroundings. Be careful where you go. Talk to people. Ask them, where's the place that I shouldn't go? And when you do go places, make sure you got people with you, just to be safe. Not saying it's going to be a problem, but just to be safe. All right. With that being said, I think that's it. I hope this helps you. Please hit the like, subscribe button, and see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.